welcome back to the Balanced Diet of Telestatements. Good morning in Niger show. Now, you know, say, as earlier, if you don't watch the show, you go here, we've been talking about one way, the richest man in Africa, and of course, the richest man in Nigeria, Oga Aliko Dangote, been talk about the 19 governors for the northern part of Nigeria. So, we then chook eye inside agriculture, say, because the northern part of this country no get business with hunger and starvation and poverty. Now, we get some young people, we don't they start their own initiative, we got to do with agriculture, to make sure, say, agriculture, they lucrative, and say agriculture will help produce food for different parts of the country. Now, they call themselves United Young Farmers Forum. And one of the projects where they do now, Oga for Agriculture, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we get Michael Jegeda in the building, and he will tell us more about this particular initiative. Good morning, Michael.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Good morning, Nigeria.
Exactly. Now, well, first of all, I would like to commend on our efforts, say, now agriculture on put eye inside, because we know, say, even though the government, they try to push agriculture forward to the next level, the growth where we see now still very, as we call it, very minimal growth as regards so many other things. Now, first of all, we'd like you to tell us about this United Young Farmers Forum. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, tell us, what's in this forum there about? Okay,
thank you very much. United Young Farmers Forum is a coalition of young agripreneurs. We call ourselves agripreneurs. Agripreneur basically means an entrepreneur who is in agriculture. So basically, we are a coalition of about 250,000 young agripreneurs nationwide across 36 states in Nigeria and plus FCT. So it's a platform we put in place to make sure that we empower young Nigerians to venture into agriculture. It's a coalition of young farmers who is constantly ensuring that, okay, agriculture sector of Nigeria is at the top gear. So our major vision, our driving force is to ensure that people, you know, young Nigerians doesn't walk on the street aimlessly without having to do anything. And then we want to consolidate on the effort of federal government and other stakeholders to make sure that, because we've been hearing a lot, I heard you say just now that the government are moving towards, you know, empowering people in agriculture and all that. So our mission is to consolidate on those efforts to make sure that, okay, it is this diversification of, you know, economy into agriculture. It's not only on paper. It's going to be a realistic effort. So we are trying to do a pragmatic approach into it to make sure that people on the downstream sector, you know, people who are on the streets, people who are, seeing agriculture as more lucrative and embrace it even practically. That's basically why the United Young Farmers Forum is being put in place. We are bridging the gap between Agric itself, the project, I mean, the business of agriculture, and those who want to do it.
Okay, that's what we do. What time would have been start this particular initiative?
All right, UYFF, United Young Farmers Forum, we've been for a long time. We've done a lot of projects, but this particular one that I'm here to talk about called Nest Oga in Agric. Nest Oga in Agric is just a platform for us to raise young agropreneurs and empower them, mentor them, making sure that their produce, their agro produce, are being off-take by some people. We have off-takers scheme that are going to off-take those whatever they are going to produce. So it's an empowering platform. We've been putting this together almost about a year now. We are about to launch it. Basically, we'll do a press conference any moment from now, and the whole Nigerian can actually subscribe to it. So we have been for a long time as a group, as a platform, but this project that is coming on board is just,
when you say for a long time, like how many years this UYFF?
Okay, UYFF has been for almost 10 years, but officially, we started running in Abuja, but officially when we registered with Corporate Affairs Commission, it's about 2017, yes.
2017?
Yes, 2017.
All right, now within this particular period, make I start with you first of all.
All right.
You now graduate from school?
Yes, sir.
What did you study for school?
I studied accounting.
Accounting, yeah. All right. And now you don't get into agriculture for how long?
Yes, I was born into Agric. So, like I used to say, any platform I find myself, I would say, I was born into Agric. I started being taken into the farm by my granddad, my grandfather. You know, so I graduated from there, and then me officially farming. I've started farming since about 5 years ago. So I started with watermelon farm. I started farming watermelon. I planted watermelon in Osun State, but I ran lost because I was in Lagos, and then the farm is in Osun State. So the back and forth of Osun to Lagos State made me to actually venture into, unproductive exercise then. But I did it again. I planted cassava in Ogun State. It did a very beautiful well, and I enjoyed it. So since then, about 5 years I've been into this.
And within those 5 years, we know say when you don't already expensive, you ran at a loss the very first time. Yeah. But after that, it's not they lucrative for you?
Yes, it's been very wonderful.
All right, now tell me, for the UIFF, basically, the young farmers who are inside this group, what are some of the challenges they face, the collective challenges they face in agriculture in Nigeria for now?
Well, it's a very big question. We faced a lot of things. When we wanted to get certification, when we wanted to get we have a lot of issues when we want to get any accreditation from the federal government ministries. There was a time we wanted to partner with the Senate, the 8th Assembly, the current one. We wrote a project to them, and it took us a lot of time before you even get to present to the Committee on Agric. So the process of certifications, accreditations has been a problem. The problem of funding, it's a major challenge we have in Nigeria is we don't have funds to do certain things, and that has been a major standing block for us. So it's been like that, and that's just major problem we have at the moment for a group.
All right, but now if we don't get this kind of problems, how will I take the encourage and the as we will talk to woo, or we will say to toast other young people, young farmers, to attract other young farmers to come join this group? That was
the motivating factor that made us to put this thing Next Oga in Agric in place. When we realized, it's in our strategic meeting in Abuja, stakeholder forum, and so we were just talking, and this idea came of Next Oga in Agric. So we realized that the same thing we are facing as a coalition, individual persons will be facing this. So that's why we are putting this in place to say, how do we then solve the problem? The major way to solve the problem is to talk to private sector investors. So we've been talking to investors to invest into agribusiness, invest into these young guys that want to farm, buy stakes into their farm, become venture capitalists into their projects, and then share the profit together. We're talking to off-takers to say, okay, off-take these people's produce from the farm, so that they don't produce and it gets, the thing wasted. So if we have that in place, if we have off-taker scheme in place, people off-take, we have companies, the likes of, flour mills companies that I don't want to mention them because we're on there. So if we have all those people in place, the certainties will be there for young farmers. They can go all out to go and get loan when they know that the produce will be off-taken by some people. So all those things is what we are trying to put in place to make sure that if you are just coming newly, we are making sure that we are painting the ground to make sure that we paint agriculture so real that when you come in, we will provide a soft landing for you to be able to say, okay, you will get funding, you will get off-takers, you will get technical support, and then we will empower you. That's what we are doing. That's what we are doing.
All right, beautiful. Now, as we talk, without further ado, I would like to make you explain in details what is Next Oga in Agric they about.
Okay, Next Oga in Agric, as I said earlier, it's a pitching platform for young agropreneurs, those who are doing it or those who want to just venture into it. You will come, and then we are saying that you have an idea, fine. Don't keep it to yourself. You have a land, fine. Put that your idea in a presentation format. Present to the panel, to people who are more experienced than you in this particular field, and let them see how lucrative it is, how viable it is, how profitability is it, and what is the effect of that in nation building, in food security, and in, in employment scheme. What number of people are you going to drive out of unemployment? So if you have all those things figured out, and then you have the major number one issue is that you have a problem of how to fund that particular project, come to us. So it's a platform put in place to empower you out there that want to venture into agriculture. Come and take the money from here, and then we will monitor you. That's basically what it is.
Okay. Now, when you say you go monitor these people, for how long will I go monitor them? Because if I say when I go monitor them, mentor them for a period of time, and then later you will let them continue on their own, or when I will monitor them as forever?
Okay. Development is in stages. So I would say We will first of all monitor them. While they come on board to this Nest of Guy in Agric, we are going to monitor them, even aside from the money that we are giving up to 2 million naira, 1.5 million, and 1 million. So I think maybe, if I check it very well, about 50 people is going to be benefit from this, different stages.
Okay.
Now, our monitoring or evaluation process is going to be, first stage, we will monitor you to making sure that you package your idea, your agro idea, in such that it will be attractive enough for these people that you want to screen you. Now, after that process, if you win the money, we will still monitor you to say, this is what you want to go into. We monitor you to say, you don't run into problem in this.
Okay.
So after that monitoring, the other monitoring is to monitor you in such that while that money given to you is it's used judiciously for what you have come to pitch for. So that is our monitoring, and then also monitor you, because we are going to form them into what do you call it, farmers club.
Okay.
After they graduated after they might have won whatever amount they want to win, we will then coordinate, we will graduate them to farmers club. Each of them that wins in one state will be the chairman of that particular clubs across that state. And then we'll put new membership under them, and then we'll be having workshop trainings, engagement with them oftentimes. That's basically. So we are not leaving them on their own, even while they might have become the likes of Obasanjo farms and all that. We will still be working closely with them, send them messages and say, this is the new modalities in Agric. Can you venture into this? This is partnership agreement that is going on. Can you key into this project, key into this, key into that? So we expose them to a lot of things.
Okay, that's beautiful. Now, I know say severally you don't mention the word young farmers.
Yes.
When I get particular age range of farmers, when they look at?
Okay, for this project, we are looking for, what we are trying to raise is we are raising farmers that has a different mentality to these cutlass and hoes that you think about. We want farmers that can put on suits, that can think, farmer that can engage ministers. So we are looking at a range of 20. I think 20 will have graduated. 20 to 45.
To 45.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. And if people want, want to involve themselves in this particular project now, what is the process? How they fit do them?
Okay. The process is they are going to walk into our bank, our official bank, official bankers. They have their branches nationwide. They are going to walk into any of the bank and then pick Nest of Guy in Agric form.
Okay. Which of those banks are you talking about now?
I won't mention our bank at the moment. Okay. But they should just follow us on our social media pages, and then log on to our website. And so from there, they will see the steps. But listen, they should listen to your radio station, all the radio station, Cool FM, Nigeria Info, Wasobia, and all your TV platforms. They are going to be communicating any moment from now. They just look out to whatever is happening in the agri sector. They will hear us big time. Okay. So the process, the steps involved in coming on board, they will get to see it. They will download it themselves, fill in their application, and we'll send the location where they're going to come to pitch their idea, and we'll take it off from there.
All right. This one a very, very beautiful initiative where you don't carry come. So, but I want to ask you one small interesting question. Now, among the group, the United Young Farmers Forum, what will be the percentage of women among the farmers?
Oh, great. Absolutely. We have, at the moment, it's about, the good thing is that, I don't know whether women think that Agric is tedious. It's very stressful. So we have a percentage about 30 now at the moment, 30% to 70% of men. So we're still trying to say, women, come now, let's rub body together for this project. We're there together now. So we are calling on women out there to come and embrace this particular project. Sign up, become member of Nest of Guy, United Young Farmers Forum, and then by so doing, you can benefit in Nest of Guy.
That's interesting. Now, before we let you go, they get one question where I also want to ask. Now, you don't tell me before, say you've been studying accounting.
Yes.
But you don't start agriculture right from age 5. You don't follow your grandfather.
Yes, I think
I know, say many people also will get this kind of story where you don't talk.
Yes, of course.
But how about the professionals? By professionals, I mean people who actually go study agricultural science professionally.
Yeah.
They go university, go learn these things. Now, them supposedly get the the technical know-how.
Wow.
So would they see them inside the agricultural sector? Because we don't say largely we go see person who go study agriculture, they work for bank. Or person who study Yoruba, they work for bank. They began one time, for instance, Nigeria, we say the banking sector, they've been the highest employers of labor, or fresh graduates. But now, based on what they do, shall they see scenarios or cases where we say people actually study agricultural science or different parts of agriculture, and then they actually come put them to judicious use?
Well, at the moment, the rate of that is very low. The rates of, people who really studied agriculture and then doing agriculture is very low. You always see that people want to go into where you have the big money. The agriculture, the money in Agric, it is not that money that flashes like flashlight. It's a stream. So I realized that people don't want to wait. Most time people studied agriculture, oh, let me just get a job in Ministry of Agric and been doing paperwork, not the farm work. So let me quickly go into bank and be head of Agric desk. All these banks, they have Agric desk. So they want to go into that bank. They will be called banker, but normally they are heading Agric desk. They might not be doing transactions of, deposit, fixed deposit, forex and all that. But they do only farm Agric projects and all that. So you realize that the determining factor is that people don't want to go into the farm. The people who study Agric, they studied Agric. Most of the people who studied Agric, they didn't want to study Agric. Yeah. Take that from me.
Which is the truth.
They studied Agric because there was no option.
No option. I wasn't give them.
I don't they take for house. And the admission no come. And they offer me for a very low cutoff for Ogun State Ministry, Ibadan, your University of Agric somewhere. Let me quickly go so that I don't rust in this particular one corner. That's why you see people. So the passion was not, the initial intention was not to go and study Agric and do Agric. It was for me to move out of my house and then go and study something. I can take that pali in as much that the bank will take it. All sectors will take it. The government agencies will take it. That's what we have. But we are calling on youth. Please come. If you have studied Agric, let's work together because you have an experience in this. I studied accounting. I've been working as a marketing for about 10 years. I studied accounting. I've worked as a marketing. I've worked in insurance. I've worked in microfinance bank. I've worked in, what do you call it? I've worked in pharmaceutical. So I'm just saying that let's come together. If you studied Agric and you know it, put a call through to me if there's a way you can actually contribute. Let's see what we can do together.
Beautiful. Now, before we finally, I would like to make you tell us how people go reach you or reach you now on social media, or how do you reach you now?
Okay, we are on social platform. All the social platform, we are there. We are on Instagram. On Instagram is at Nest Oga in Agric. One word, Nest Oga in Agric. And on Facebook, we're also on Facebook. It's called at Nest Oga in Agric. On LinkedIn, we're on LinkedIn, it's at Nest Oga in Agric. We are on Twitter, it's at Nest Oga in Agric. And then we're on YouTube, it's at Nest Oga in Agric. And then I can actually give out a phone number, a correspondent phone number. Okay. If you want to reach us for any inquiries or sponsorship or anything, you call 080-208-666, and 59. It's 080-208-666, 659, or you call 080-355-91623. 080-355-91623. So if you call all those numbers, somebody will speak with you, and then you will get to know more about it.
In fact, now wonderful thing when they do so, because Oibo will say we cannot overemphasize the importance of agriculture. So thank you so much, Michael Jagger. They say when I don't carry this one come out, and we do hope, say all of the way they watch us out there, you don't see this betterment to be these young people won't do for us. For example, Obodo Nigeria, we have to improve agriculture. And not be one day, nine Dangote starts reach where in day. It knows to take reach there, and basically in agriculture, nine carry reach where there. Who talk say you know be the next Dangote? Who talk say you know be the next big name or big thing concerning agriculture? We get arable land for inside Nigeria, and we use them for farming. Once again, thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you very much.
All right.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.